All right, folks, showcase my beer belly as I turn. Here's another episode of the Diluvian Delusion. Haven't done an episode in a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks. But we had a very pertinent issue come up today that I need some help with. So as with many of these episodes, I am asking my friends, my family, my peers to help me to understand. I certainly would like to help others understand if possible, but I'm not a wise man, as I've dictated 100 times, so I need some help. The question I'm engaging with today is what possesses our neighbors and friends and our peers around us today to be comfortable with, if not even assert, that their babies and their grandbabies and their great-grandbabies, that inheritance of our family legacy that is meant for our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, why are my peers around me obsessed with diluting that and just giving it to all of our neighbors? I'm confused. We are to love our neighbor. We're to love our neighbor as ourselves. How much more crucial, though, is the love for our children and the love for our grandchildren and the love for our great-grandchildren and the descendants we have not even seen yet. I'm curious, why is it so demonized these days for a patron, a patriarch, to work the family's businesses, amass success, and hand that down to my children? Why is that so demonized? That's what's caused the success for America, capitalism, personal drive for the success of my family. The comfort and stability for my children, comfort and stability for my grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Why in the world are my peers these days, peers with skin tone like mine, I'll just say, why are they demonizing individuals like me that are patriarchs and patrons and wanting to be successful and create an inheritance for my children? Why are many of my peers, who I would assert would be labeled as liberals, why are they so dead set on dissolving my companies, what I have earned, what I have worked towards, what I have worked hard to earn for the family? Why are they working so hard to take that away from me and just give to my peers and neighbors who aren't working as hard and aren't creating businesses? They're employees, they're working for other people, which is great. We need employees, but they're not creating businesses. They're not encouraging the economy. They're not business creators. That is the term. They're not business creators. So why is the business creator being demonized, yet these others that go work for companies and are employees are what's the word? The opposite of demonized. They're looked on as needing to be paid as much as the job creator. I don't understand why my peers who are great, they're all children of God, we love them all, but why is an individual that's an employee of someone deserving of the same family stability as an individual who's a job creator, created businesses, whose father is a job creator, create businesses, and all the way back. My grandfather built Dan Travis Hospital, built the Travis Towers out there. His beloved name is there on the plaque. These families, that kind of descent and distribution is what has made America great. That is the truth. There's no political correctness involved there. That is what makes America great. That is why my children and my grandchildren and great-grandchildren can have stability. So my question to my peers, why are my peers who know my children, some of them know my children, they're friends, they know my kids, why are they trying to take away my children's inheritance, my great-grandchildren's inheritance earned by the patriarch? Why are they trying to dissolve that? Why are they trying to dilute that and just spread it out amongst the masses? That cannot make fiscal sense. That cannot make success sense. That's not a recipe for success. That is an absolute recipe for disaster, for eating away the greatest experiment the world has ever known as the country of America. The United States of America. It became specified in 1776, but it predates that. It goes all the way back to America Vespucci in the late 1500s, 16th century. That's where we get our name from. That's when the original Western Europeans came to colonize the land I stand on now. My ancestors from Scotland and Belgium. From Belgium. Keep saying Belgium. We are Belgium. Anyway, Belgian, Scottish ancestry. That's just the most direct. That's directly from my mother and father. As you go further up the tree, you see an even more, diverse lineage. I'm sure there's many places from Western Europe where my ancestors all came, and most recently it was from, why am I having such trouble pulling that up? I'm a little excited. But my Belgian ancestors and the Belgium, I guess that is the name of the country. It just anyway, sorry, getting hung up on that. My Belgian ancestors, and my Scottish ancestors, obviously both came from Western Europe, as well as their ancestors and ancestors. So that is who created the colony of America later, much later in 1776, specified to be the United States. We have videos on those too. But the America that I am a patriot for dates back to the late 1500s. The colonies that America Vespucci discovered and named. This is very important. So in conclusion, that recipe for success that has been since America Vespucci's time, the naming of our continent, the naming of our country, America. Since that time, there has been a recipe for success. These days, my peers are trying to erode that recipe for success. We even have a president reiterating, so he's blue in the face, let's make America great again. That's literally what it means. This is a very righteous, family-oriented pursuit. Why are my neighbors and friends demonizing such a righteous, family-centered pursuit? It just astounds me. We're absolutely to love our neighbors. How much more are we to love our sons and daughters, grandsons and granddaughters? I don't understand the logic, so please help me. So this will be a short episode. We'll conclude it there. But as always, I love you all. Your friend Clinton is very confused and would very much like some illumination on the subject. All right, love y'all. Adios.